still don't know what WWE 2K26 has in store for us this year, but one interesting conversation is the DLC. That is one of the most exciting things throughout the year, because once the game comes out, you no longer have the game to look forward to. You are now looking forward towards the new DLC, the content, what comes with the DLC. And over the last 2 years especially, I feel that the DLC has taken a massive step up in terms of what they look like, how they act in game. It just seems that they really hone in on the details because they just have so much more extra time to get those details in. And just to mention some of my favorite characters this year, Mark Henry, the Great Khali, I thought that an amazing job was done with both of those DLC characters. So I'm genuinely excited to see what will be in store for us in 26, just because I know that those wrestlers will always seem to stand out in comparison to a lot of the wrestlers of the base roster. To continue getting updates on WWE 2K26, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, because we are on our way to 25,000 subscribers. Let's go on ahead and get back into it. Over the last couple of years, we've seen more celebrities get in, such as the NBA DLC pack, the Pat McAfee show, Machine Gun Kelly, Bad Bunny. We've seen a lot of these guys get in the game, and it's always interesting, right? Because it's so just controversial to the community. Everybody has their own opinion on it, and honestly, it feels like we are in the reality of what DLC is going to look like moving forward, because these last couple years it seems like they haven't really let up when it comes down to celebrity DLC. And I narrowed down a couple of celebrities going back to over 10 years, and it always gets interesting because I remember as a kid seeing Mike Tyson become the pre-order bonus, and that was something that excited me as a fan, as a kid. But I really think it's because I was a kid. Even though seeing Mike Tyson now would probably go crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But in 13, it was really cool seeing him in there. But I wonder if adults or people that are my age now at that point in time was upset that he was becoming a pre-order bonus, because now it seems like a lot of people get upset over these celebrity pre-order bonuses and things like that. And honestly, I say celebrity with a grain of salt on Mike Tyson, because he did play a role in WrestleMania 14 with helping Stone Cold win the title. So many old school fans were probably happy when Mike Tyson was thrown into the equation. And we move on to WWE 2K16 and we get the Terminator. And that one was very, very interesting, right? Because I think for me personally, I didn't really mind this, but again, I'm still very, very young and I'm not really realizing what's going on here, but I never really used him in 2K16. Even though he was pretty cool, we've seen him, come up in little spots within the WWE and things like that, but he never had a match or anything extra. It was just little cameos, if that's what you like to call them. And he made it in. He was inducted as a celebrity in 2015, and then he made the game. And that was one of the things there where it's like, you know what, okay, cool, it's only one celebrity. It didn't really seem out of control, and again, it was a pre-order bonus. It really wasn't affecting what the DLC content would look like, because for the most part, it's always been strictly wrestlers till recently. And this is when things start to get a little bit tricky, because Machine Gun Kelly was part of DLC pack number 5, with the Rob Van Dam pack also starring the likes of LA Knight and Logan Paul. And again, some people's reactions here were a little bit interesting, because now we're getting wrestlers as part of DLC, whereas before it seemed like it was really just a pre-order bonus where you just get it for pre-ordering the game. Then you move forward to 2K23 and we get Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was the pre-order playable character that we got for just ordering the game early, and again, going back to their roots with pre-order bonuses, so that was pretty cool. I thought that the Bad Bunny was actually really nice because he did wrestle in the WWE, and it would have made sense to even throw him in DLC if you wanted to, but we got him as a pre-order bonus that year, and it wasn't really too bad. Now, some people may make a complaint about the fact that they did give Bad Bunny like his own edition later on in about October. It seems like that's something that they like to do now as well, come out with a bigger edition that includes pretty much everything in one package that they had throughout the year. And Bad Bunny came out with his Backlash attire in that pack. It was about $10 if I'm not mistaken, and that was additional DLC, not something that came a part of the season pass. So that doesn't really bother me too much personally, because it's not something that was added onto my DLC where I'm supposed to get 25 actual wrestlers, right? If we're going back to the basics. Then we get to 2K24, and this one got very interesting and a little bit crazy because we got Post Malone in one of the packs. And me personally, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the most old school fan. I don't keep up with a lot of the old school wrestlers, so sometimes I understand that certain packs will not appeal to me, but man, did this pack not appeal to me. Even though Post Malone had a cool entrance, he had a cool moveset, he had cool things going on for himself in this game, but I still couldn't get behind the Post Malone. Nonetheless, there were still old school wrestlers in this pack. I believe it was a 4 wrestler ratio to 1 celebrity, which it's like, okay, fine. Then we got the Pat McAfee Show DLC pack where things began to take a turn for the worst. And me personally, I dislike this DLC pack so much because I could understand Pat McAfee, right? Because he's very involved with the WWE, or was. But we got this pack with 4 other guys that we didn't really understand. We didn't really know. The pro about this was that we got movesets that weren't in the game, and we got a lot of moves, a lot of new moves, lots of entrances. We got some really cool stuff out of this for our created wrestlers, and also wrestlers that you may want to bring over from the AEW side and bring them over to the WWE 2K side, because obviously AEW just don't got a good game. I'm just being honest. Then we get that. That was a W, right? That was about the only pro. And then the con was that we just basically just saw them give us a Pat McAfee Show DLC pack that I did not think was great at all, right? But it was what it was at the time. It is what it is. You can't change it. Now, we move on to 2K25 where things get a little bit more controversial, but not as bad in my opinion. Why? Because it appealed to me. And that's where I'm going with this, man. The NBA Stars pack appealed to me. Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, and Shaquille O'Neal, they were in the DLC pack for 2K25, and I'm not gonna lie, I personally enjoyed it because I am an NBA fan, so I thought that it was great seeing my boy Jalen Brunson, current New York Knicks point guard, getting in there, getting in that pack. A lot of us New York sports fans haven't really gotten that love for a long time because most of our teams suck. They just do. They suck. But now we're getting a lot better, man. Shout out John Harbaugh for the New York Giants. But getting back into it, we saw an NBA Stars pack, and a lot of people didn't like it, but it appealed to me. So now that we move on from that, over the last couple years, man, we've gotten stuff that fans may not like, some fans do like. It really doesn't matter, and that just lines up with the reality. We are going to continue getting celebrity DLC in these games. If I had to go on ahead and guess, I think we'll at least get one. And if I had to guess, it's probably Jelly Roll, bro, if we're being honest. He was very involved with the WWE this year, and that's just my form of an educated guess. Whether you like it or not, whether I may like it, whether I don't like it, there's going to be somebody else out there that does like this type of stuff. And there's people that literally love making these celebrity characters and all that good stuff. It's just always a fun time for those people, and I understand that, you know, maybe they just want to bring in eyes from somewhere else. Right now, that's not me justifying it, but I believe that it's just the truth. I think that they want more eyes, and bringing in those characters from other worlds and putting them in their game can get people to want to turn this game on and play. You might get an NBA fan, a Knicks fan, for example, like myself, that just doesn't like Tyrese Halliburton and wants to beat up on him with Jalen Brunson. Guess what? You can do that in WWE 2K25. So in 2K26, I don't think we go a step forward in 26 with adding a whole lot more of celebrity DLC, but I do want to say that we do get at least another 1 or 2. It's something that's going to continue, in my opinion, and I think that it's the easiest video game or sports game to add a celebrity to it, right? Like a Mortal Kombat. If you look at Mortal Kombat, you see that they bring in people from other worlds all the time. They have Peacemaker on there. They have Homelander on there. I mean, it just goes on and on and on, and I think that 2K always sees that as an opportunity to continue bringing more eyes into the world of WWE games. So I think that's the reality of the WWE 2K26 DLC. Now, for what I want to see in WWE 2K26, I want to see legends, women, characters get in this game. I want to see Tori Wilson. I want to see Jacqueline. I want to see Sable. I want to see a whole lot of women legends in here, man, because we always get a lot of love for the men, but we don't get that much love for the women. I really want to see that, and I really want to see maybe an all women's DLC pack, maybe even a Divas pack. I miss playing with Kelly, man. They really got to go on ahead and put her in the game, if you feel what I'm saying. So I think that that's probably my biggest thing, and we already seen Vikingo getting scanned for WWE Supercard in a video, so I think we're gonna get him as well. I think maybe he's gonna be on the base roster. Who really knows at this point? But what we do know is that he was getting scanned. We just don't know in what way, what form he's gonna be put in WWE 2K26. Nonetheless though, man, I wanted to go on ahead, revise history, go through it. Let me know how you guys feel about this video. Let me know down below who has been your favorite celebrity DLC character over the last couple years. If you do have one, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.